After a shock knockout defeat at the hands of journeyman heavyweight Michael Bent, Tommy Morrison was back on the rebuild, stringing together consecutive knockout victories in order to reclaim his position amongst the upper echelon of the heavyweight division.
Well, but I tell you what, I will be a heavyweight champion as well, so boxing fans, watch out.
In a similar vein, the one-punch KO specialist, Donovan Ruddock, whose brutal battles with Tyson a couple years prior still echoed around the heavyweight landscape, to serve as a reminder that the smash can cause critical damage to even the most arduous competition.
Again, that 10 pounds, if this fight goes any distance, it's a very, very heavy. Oh, with the left hand. It was a short right hand that did the damage.
Both fighters were unquestionably in a rebuild period, more so entering the twilight of their careers. Still, as the old saying goes, the last attribute to leave a heavyweight is the power, and that's something these two have always had in abundance.
And across the way, Ruddock, the man who gave Mike Tyson 2 difficult bouts.
Power styles become very cautious so they don't open up, but
In any kind of a major fight several years ago was against Lennox Lewis. I was going to remind people of the nice uppercut by Ruddock. Oh, there goes Morrison!
Ruddock caught Morrison early with a signature short uppercut on the inside. Morrison recovered well, however, and responded with fire to keep Ruddock modest during the bout's early stages.
there he did.
There's just so very little. There's Morrison with the uppercut. Now Morrison has gotten off the canvas to win before against Joe Hip, against Carl and Truth Williams. He's done it.
Well, based on the early results to this point, Ruddock did not parlay. Ruddock hadn't shown that in other fights, and it wasn't in a situation that Morrison had left himself open.
The hook blocked by Morrison. Ruddock has done a nice defensive job. Good combination by Morrison. A lot of punches. There's the uppercut landing, but this time Morrison absorbs the punch.
But he still paid for it.
Oh, he hurt Ruddock with a right uppercut. Ruddock got rocked by the same punch that knocked Morrison down. Lifted, give him a standing 8 count. That's bizarre.
Because of the gloves on the top of the rope being used as a support.
A Morrison uppercut on the inside rocked Ruddock, leading to a relatively harsh standing count due to the fact he held onto the ropes to reclaim his balance.
It just seemed like Morrison had a big advantage there that they took away from him. So in round 2, it's Morrison's turn to hurt Ruddock.
Both fighters put a lot into the opening 2 rounds of the fight, so as expected, a slugfest broke out with the pair believing they could capitalize on each other's vulnerability.
And they also said establish yourself down low, which is a good idea. Try to get underneath Ruddock and then go to the body as he does there. Now, a moment ago, Ruddock had Tommy Morrison right in front of him and did not fire the uppercut. Now he gets it in.
Morrison not punching on the inside, Ruddock is.
Ruddock really does it. Morrison should use it.
Good uppercut from Morrison. Comes back to the hook. He's got Ruddock hurt. He hurt him with the left hook. Ruddock is hurt now. Good body combinations by Morrison. But Ruddock is talking to him. The last round ago. Now he is forcing Morrison back. That uppercut may have stunned Morrison.
Tommy Morrison got hurt by the right hand. He couldn't bring his chin back.
It ain't over yet. Good right hand. Ruddock throwing more right hands than we are accustomed to seeing him throw.
The fight was fairly even as it approached the midway point, but a late surge from Ruddock in the 5th gave the Canadian the confidence to stalk a withering Morrison in an attempt to close the show.
Ruddock goes to the body here. Good hook.
There's a hook by Ruddock, and it may have hurt Morrison. Big left hook! Down goes Ruddock! From nowhere came the hook that we have not seen for rounds. Can Morrison put him down again?
Morrison played possum and bounced at the perfect moment to flatline Ruddock with his renowned left hook. Donovan made it back to his feet but was clearly in no position to continue as Tommy closed the show moments after.
Well, the deciding factor in the fight for us as a team is that we didn't stay low. I'm in there, I was bending at the waist and not bending with my hips. That allowed me to be an easy target to push around. He's a pretty strong guy on the inside, but once we went low and stayed low and remained calm, we started working everything off the jab and getting out of the middle, things came together for us.
Due to reasons primarily outside of the ring, Morrison's win over Ruddock didn't serve as much of a springboard back to the upper echelon as he might have hoped. He did eventually secure a big-money fight with Lennox Lewis, but just as Razor Ruddock found out a few years prior, the pugilist specialist was competing in a class of his own at this point, as he wiped out any hopes, at least from the fans' perspective, of a potential second title reign for Tommy Morrison anytime soon.
And all kinds of things, but I've never had to go to battle with something like this, and he's a long-arm guy. I have no excuses. I mean, he was a better man tonight.
The loss for Ruddock also signaled the end for the once-great contender. Although he performed reasonably well, the fleshy, over-the-hill version of himself looked a far cry from the guy who gave a vintage Mike Tyson some of the most taxing rounds in his entire career. In the end, Morrison Ruddock was a crowd-pleasing slugfest that will go down as one of the Duke's more memorable nights in the ring. The fans were anticipating a firefight that ended with a single shot, and although Ruddock made it back to his feet, that left hook will stay down as one of the sweetest shots landed in heavyweight history.